Everyone loves the idea of a big payday. We've all heard the stories about startups that got acquired for hundreds of millions of dollars, turning their founders into overnight millionaires. But here's the truth that nobody tells you. Aiming for that 100 million exit might actually be the worst goal you can set for a startup as a first-time founder. It's risky, stressful, and statistically, you're more likely to end up with nothing. But what if I told you there's a smarter way to play the startup game? A way to build something meaningful with ample free cash flows and the potential to walk away with life-changing money for you and your entire team. I'm working on doing exactly that with Wave, a SaaS I bootstrapped to help business professionals share their brand and build meaningful connections. We're still really far from that end goal and where we envision Wave to be, but it's a work in progress. In today's video, I'm going to break down why aiming for a quick strategic exit is the new model for startup success and how you can do it too. The startup landscape is more competitive than ever, with so many entrepreneurs chasing unicorn status. The stakes are high and the risks are even higher. But here's a question. What if your goal wasn't to build the next billion-dollar company? What if instead your goal was to build something valuable enough to sell quickly or build a free cash flow engine for yourself and your team? It's a model that flies under the radar, but is gaining traction for its practicality and lower risk profile. Obviously, lower risk compared to the alternative, building a unicorn. Think about it. Would you rather chase a dream that might never come true or cash in on a plan that's achievable, profitable, and gets you to the finish line faster? Here's why this approach makes sense. When you're an early stage entrepreneur, you're essentially gambling your time, energy, and resources. The traditional path where you aim for a $100 million exit is like buying a lottery ticket. You might win, but the odds are against you. And even if you do win, much of the money ends up in the hands of investors who backed you. Now, contrast that with a more calculated approach, selling your company for around 5 or 10 million. At that level, you're not just another statistic, you're a success story. You get to keep a significant portion of the proceeds, reward your team with a payday, and set yourself up for whatever comes next, whether it's another startup or taking a well-deserved time off. So, how do you pull this off? The first thing you need to do is shift your mindset. Forget about building something revolutionary or groundbreaking. Leave that to the big players with deep pockets and endless resources. Instead, focus on what already works. The trick is to find an existing solution and repackage it for a different market, specifically the lower end of the market that's tired of overpaying for bloated software. In our case, with digital business cards, the bloated software was the extremely expensive lead capture tools provided at trade shows and conferences. So here's the playbook. 1. Disrupt the go-to-market strategy. Look at how the big players are selling their solutions. Usually they have long sales cycles, expensive contracts, and tons of unnecessary features. You can disrupt this by offering a leaner version of their product priced at a fraction of the cost. Think of $99 to $5.99 per month in a market where the norm is like $20K or more per year. 2. Focus on essential features. Don't try to match the big guys feature for feature. Instead, identify the 20% of features that customers actually use and care about and offer just those. You'll save on development costs and be able to deliver something that's easy to understand, use, and sell. Once you've captured enough market share, your exit strategy is simple. Sell your company to one of the big vendors you've been disrupting or use the free cash flows on your next big move. Now, let's talk about how to identify the right business idea for this model. You don't need to be a genius or have a groundbreaking idea. You just need to be strategic. 1. Keep it simple. Avoid anything overly complex or technically advanced. Innovation is risky and new technologies are often unpredictable. Let the well-funded startups backed by VCs take those risks while you focus on something that's tried and tested. In our case, we leverage QR codes to enable people to exchange contact information via a digital business card. Easy to use, easy to understand, and easy to sell. 2. Find high annual contract value markets. Spend time on platforms like G2, Capterra, or TrustRadius. Look for SaaS tools with an ACV or average contract value north of $20,000 per year. The higher the better because it means customers are already used to paying big bucks for solutions in that category. 3. Low building costs. Find a SaaS category where you can essentially copy what's already out there with minimal development efforts. Think about products that have matured, where the core technology isn't cutting edge anymore, but it's still highly valuable. 4. Targetable customer lists. Pick a market where you can essentially identify and reach potential customers. Tools like BuiltWith, Apollo.io, or HG Insights can help you pull lists of companies already using a competitor's tool. making your marketing and sales efforts that much more efficient. Lastly, leverage existing expertise. Ideally, choose a category where one of your co-founders has deep experience or industry knowledge. This will help you establish credibility rather quickly and command trust in that market, which is really crucial for getting that initial traction. When it comes to building your tech, the name of the game is speed and efficiency. So here's how you should build your product. First, have a 8-week development cycle. The entire product should be built in less than 8 weeks by a single full-stack developer. This isn't about creating a masterpiece, it's about getting a functional product to market as quickly as possible. At Wave, we were able to get the MVP out within that 2-month period. 2, keep development in-house. Don't even think about outsourcing this. I initially outsourced the development work at Wave, but if I could do it all over again, I would have onboarded Max, our co-founder, much earlier. One of the co-founders needs to have the technical skills to build the product themselves. This not only drives the cost down, but also ensures you have full control over the development process. 3, copy and innovate. Try your competitors' free trials and study their most popular features and interfaces. Then create a minimalist copy, something that looks familiar to users but is streamlined for efficiency. Add a few of your own unique touches and you're good to go. 4, keep a minimal tech investment post-launch. Once your product is live, resist the urge to keep tinkering with it. Unless a feature is absolutely necessary or there's a bug that needs fixing, your focus should be on selling, not coding. Keep tech investments minimal, just enough to keep things running smoothly. Our number one priority at Wave is to get our products in the hands of our customers and ensure they use it. We guide them through their initial onboarding all the way to the value driver, which is sharing contact information as quickly and as smoothly as possible. Now that you've built your product, it's time to get it in front of your customers. But how do you do that effectively, especially when you're working with a lean team and a tight budget? The key is to choose a go-to-market strategy that aligns with your strengths and resources. I go into a lot more detail on whether you should focus on SEO or paid ads in another video, but for now, let's briefly break down 3 ways you can go to market with your new idea. So number 1 is SEO, search engine optimization. It's a powerful and cost-effective strategy, especially when you're targeting long-tailed keywords. These are specific niche phrases that your ideal customers might be searching for. For example, instead of trying to rank for like a highly competitive keyword like CRM software, you might target something more specific like affordable CRMs for small real estate agencies. The idea is to find those hidden gems that your competition isn't focused on, where you can quickly rank and start driving organic traffic to your site. So here's how to get started. First, do your keyword research. Use tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush to identify long-tailed keywords with decent search volume but low competition. 2, start creating content. Create high-quality, in-depth content that directly addresses the search queries. Make sure your content is optimized with these keywords, but it's also useful for your audience. 3, on-page SEO. Ensure your website is optimized for search engine. This includes having fast load times, mobile-friendly designs, and proper use of meta tags and headers. The second way to go to market is paid ads, targeted towards your ideal customer persona. If you want faster results and have a budget to spend, which honestly is rarely the case if you're bootstrapped, paid advertising can be a highly effective way to reach your ideal customer persona. The key here is precision. Target your ads directly to the people who are most likely to benefit from your product. This involves understanding their pain points and crafting ad copy that speaks directly to their needs. First, define your customer's persona. Before launching ads, develop a detailed profile of your ideal customer. Understand their demographics, pain points, and what solutions they're actually looking for. 2 is use the right ads platform. Use platforms like Google Ads, LinkedIn, or Facebook, depending on where you think your audience might spend their most time on. 3, nail your ad copy. Write compelling ad copy that addresses your customers' pain points. Highlight how your product solves that problem and include a strong call to action. Lastly, A/B test your creatives. Always test different versions of your ads to see which resonates best with your audience, then scale up the ones that perform well. Now, the third way to go to market is outbound sales. Now, outbound sales is a proactive approach where you reach out to potential customers directly. This method can be incredibly effective when done right, especially with the help of modern sales tools that can automate and personalize the process. So let's break down how you can execute an outbound sales strategy. First, Identify your target audience. Use tools like Warmly and RB2B to identify users who visit your website. These tools help find the right individuals who fit your ICP or ideal customer profile. Second, enrich the data. With the help of tools like Clay, you can enrich the data you've gathered to get more detailed information about your leads, including their job roles, company size, and a lot more. Trust me, it gets really detailed. This allows you to tailor your outreach and improve your chances of success. Then do some personalized outreach. Once you have your target list, use tools like Instantly.ai to automate personalized email campaigns. Instead of sending generic emails, craft messages that speak directly to each prospect's pain points and how your solution can address them. Personalization is key here. Mention specific details about their business or recent activities to grab their attention. You can also go one step further and use tools like SendSpark to send personalized videos to your targeted audience. Make sure to keep the email body super short because the attention span is out of whack these days. Now, don't forget to follow up. Don't just stop at the first email. Use a series of follow-ups to stay on their radar. Often, it's the third or fourth touchpoint that finally gets a response. Whether you choose to focus on SEO, paid ads, or outbound sales, the key to a successful go-to-market strategy is execution. Pick the strategy that best fits your product and team and go all in. Remember, the goal is to get your product in front of the right people as efficiently as possible. With the right approach, you're not only going to attract your first customers, but also set the foundation for rapid growth. Building a successful startup doesn't have to mean chasing after unicorn status. Instead, it can be about making smart, strategic moves that lead to a quick, profitable exit or an insane cash cow. By following this new model, you can reduce your risk, reward your team, and set yourself up for whatever comes next. So, if you're ready to rethink what startup success looks like, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let's continue exploring how to build businesses that work for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.